RamZaes.
Would you like some more macaroni and cheese?
Yes, but after I answer some questions because we reached 100,000 subs. So everyone, we did it. We reached 1/10 subs. And I want to say, thank you everyone for sticking with me on this crazy journey. Whether it was those years where I just uploaded nothing but Ace Attorney, to everything else and more recently the reviews. I just want to thank you all so much. But now let's open it up to some Q&A. And first I'll answer questions from my Patreon, because they pay me. So of course I'm gonna answer them first. Are you a fan of anything non-weeb related? Well, yeah, surprisingly, I actually am. I loved reading books a lot growing up and recently started getting back into it as I found new authors like Brandon Sanderson. And yes, I love shows on Netflix and such, but I don't really talk about them because I don't know if people will be interested. Thing is, there are so many good things to watch. I usually see it, love it, then forget about it the week after. But you would be surprised at how non-weeb I actually am. Show us your favorite anime opening, you weeb. You know, I'm starting to see a trend here. Favorites probably would have to be Attack on Titan's ones, JoJo of course. I don't find myself listening to anime music much these days, purely video game soundtracks. Are you playing New Horizons? Well, yes, I did stream it for a bit, and it was my first Animal Crossing game, although I'm having a hard time picking it up again, because I really don't have time for it, and I'm pretty happy with what I've done with it already. Any long-term goals for the channel? Well, honestly, after 100k subs, I really don't have any further sub goals. Given the types of games I cover, I really didn't think I'd get this far. And yes, I've got plenty of videos I would love to try. I love planning them out. Fun fact, I've already planned what videos I'm gonna do till July. Yes, I'm too addicted to this job, someone help me. But as long as people just enjoy the videos, if they make you happy, then I'm happy, then we're all happy. What job or degree would you pursue? Well, I actually do have a double degree in economics and finance, but firstly, I despise doing it because I really just wanted to do YouTube all my life. So that uni debt is just gonna sit there haunting me forever. Like, I'm not joking, this is my dream job, and I don't even like to think of what I would be doing if this channel never got this far. Probably... I'd still be doing YouTube or something. What was the idea for Ramona being made? Well, to anyone new, Ramona is the channel mascot. You see her in some thumbnails and in some videos, also everywhere on Twitch. I just really wanted to make a mascot and didn't want to draw myself like those edgy YouTube persona hands crossed thumbnail things. Would you rather have a sequel to a non-series game or a new entry in a franchise, but it's really bad? I think as much as I would love new games and franchises, if it's mediocre, I wouldn't want it to tarnish the franchise's name. So a sequel to a Soul game, the only ones I could think of would be maybe Code Vein or Astral Chain. Both are really good games that I feel could do even better with a sequel. Also throw a Xenoblade X in there as well. Just give them another chance to build on what they started. Alrighty, so I did put this question on Twitter and YouTube, and oh my goodness, that's so many responses. So I apologize if I don't get to yours, or if I answer someone else's question but it's the same one you had. And before that, I did see a few questions repeat a lot, so I'll just address them here, although if you've watched the end of your video, which was actually a sort of channel update, you might already know the answer. Yes, a Fire Emblem video will be out this year on my thoughts on the whole game. I was planning to do a big series on it like Persona 5 and Xenoblade 2, but I really underestimated how big that game actually be with its cast and story. So just one wrap-up video on it, including the sewer rats. And people really want to know if I'm gonna do the same thing like I did with Persona 5 for Royal. If you didn't know, it's sort of a review thing where I go through and review the story while adding my own jokes and such. The thing is with Royal, a lot of it is the exact same as before, at least at the start, so I don't think I'll be doing that yet, as I'm currently live streaming it over on Twitch. Once I've beaten it, I will do a spoiler-free video of my thoughts on the game, and maybe months later, when Atlas chills on that copyright, maybe I'll take a look at a Thief Sona Royal for any new stuff. And on that note, I just want to say, the Thief Sona Waifu Blade style of reviews, well, let's just say, that style is going to be there a bit more in the newer videos, because I really have so much fun with them and I kind of miss it, so I hope you look forward to them in many other games. And to the question on the fandom videos, I mean, it's been over a year since I did one. Yes, they are no more. I grew extremely tired of them, plus other reasons. So yeah, that chapter in the channel is closed. As to my favorite ones, well, it was probably the Danganronpa one since it was the whole reason I made them. Or maybe the JoJo Part 4 one since I put so much effort into the editing of that ending. Alrighty then, the other questions, and I'm gonna go through these pretty quickly since I want to try and answer as many as I can, so I'm not gonna read out the questions. You'll see it on screen, okay? Metal Slug X on the PlayStation 1. Yeah, that isn't a game a kid should be playing. Probably Danganronpa, as I'm sure you've heard by now. And others would be Nier, Kingdom Hearts, Persona, AI The Somnium Files, Ace Attorney, and FF13 2. Yeah, I love it here, apart from how everything costs a fortune. $100 for a video game. Also, the internet is abysmal compared to everywhere else. But other than that, amazing place, 10 out of 10, would recommend. Phoenix Wright, Miles Edgeworth, Maya Fey. Jeez, this is pretty generic. Okay, maybe 2 non-main characters. I love Luke at me and That's a Rebel. Cheesy answer. All of them. But seriously, the favorites would be probably Kingdom Hearts 2, Xenoblade X, Final Fantasy 15, and 13 too. AI the Somnium Files, and don't you worry, I'll be doing my best to eventually help that. And also to this, let me just say, make sure you're subbed to the channel. And it's probably a tie between Virtue's Last Reward and Zero Time Dilemma for different reasons. Probably this one, but it has spoilers for all of Ace Attorney, so yeah. Recent ones, maybe Danganronpa V3 and the Ultra Despair Girls videos. Other reviews, maybe Persona 4 and Waifu Blade Chronicles, all of them. Also the finale of Persona 5 since, well, if you've watched it, you probably know how much extra work I put into that, and I loved how it turned out so much. Man, I'm happy I have a lot of Zero Escape fans. Waifu Akane easily, husband is Sigma and he's 12 inches, but also Carlos and Junpei especially in Zero Time Dilemma. Are you going to do a face reveal soon? Oh, as if RamZaes would ever do a face reveal. Well, after 13.2 and FF7 Remake, let's just say I'm a big Final Fantasy fan now, so yes, tell all your FF buddies, more down the line. Fantasy world, probably sci-fi elements. I just love huge worlds that give you a scale of wonder like Xenoblade 2 or Final Fantasy 7, crossover Ace Attorney and Danganronpa, and T. So with this, I can guarantee no one will have the exact same answers as me, but Kay Faraday from Ace Attorney Investigations,
Mia, da!
and Kurisu from Steins Gate. Probably pizza or KFC. Yes, Americans, KFC is actually amazing down here. Pretty much I do everything, the playing the game, the writing, the audio, the editing, the thumbnails. I will say I'm very thankful to have an amazing brother who helps out with the ideas from time to time though, but apart from that, it's all me. Well, if you count Pokemon as them, I heard about Pokemon from my best friend in primary school, watched the anime, then played the games, but recent JRPGs, pretty much it was Persona 5, since I could not believe how many people were hyping it in 2017, before its release. So I bought it at launch and then was like, holy moly, these JRPGs, they're pretty good, and just went from there. Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. I've played that like 7 times now and it's still amazing each time. Honestly, the SpongeBob movie, I mean I love so many that I would give 10 out of 10, but that's one I've rewatched so many times. Also Johnny English, the first one. Since I've answered the first part, I started because I watched Little Karibo with his Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged and wanted to make a Pokemon version. And this was like when I was 14, but for years I never had the guts to record and edit. But like 7 years later I dove in, and years after that, here we are. Well, my art 5 years ago really did suck, and it still does now, but as to the style, well, here's something you may not know. Since 2019 February, I made a promise to not have more than 3 days where I don't draw for 1 hour at least a day, and I pretty much kept that schedule, so from there it developed quite a bit. So I would say 1 year of drawing nearly every single day. Yeah, I don't have any free time if you can't tell. I haven't played Persona 1, but P2 Lisa, P3 Yukari, P4 Rise, and P5 Sei. Hilda.
Wait, what?
So RamZaes is pretty much a mixture of my real name, and I've actually had a few I thought of when I wanted to rename the channel. Imagine if I called myself Rammonic. Well, I'm glad people really liked the merch I made at the end of last year. I should have some up that aren't her, but yes, I definitely make more with Ramona. I mean, she is the channel mascot, she's gotta represent the brand, you know? Yes, the Yakuza series. I mean, I did an early impressions video in 2017, but man, I've started that game 3 separate times, all the while wanting to make a video on it, but for whatever reason, I just couldn't. Hopefully since Yakuza 7 is a new character, I can jump in there, maybe. Possibly the most requested game for me to cover, but no, I haven't played them. It's more like I'm daunted by how big they are. Plus, if I ever make videos on them, I don't know if people would actually watch it since they aren't really a big series. I'm still considering it though, I've heard so many good things about them. Yes, I did have an office job and it was pretty much ordering inventory, but now YouTube is my full-time job even though it pays less, but I would not change it for the world. Probably Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. Okay. Easily the Zero Time Dilemma ones, and I love her art style so much, you should follow her if you're into that. Alright, steps for making videos. First you buy the mac and cheese. Okay, no. So I plan ahead with videos I want to talk about, then play them obviously, but I also write notes on things I want to talk about while playing, then I write the whole script, usually rewriting like 3 times, then record the audio, spend a full day editing that, then editing other parts with the game footage, while at the same time I'm drawing the thumbnail at least a little bit every day. Like each day I work on multiple thumbnails a little bit, so yeah, it's a very messy way. All of them? But mostly AI the Somnium Files and Gravity Rush 2. I really wish more people watched them so you could at least know those games are amazing. Probably the current review style of videos, since that's what I've always wanted to do when I wanted to be a YouTuber, after realizing abridging videos wasn't my thing. But I was really scared of doing them because I tried that style early on, but they never really got that wide recognition. So then when I planned the Catherine, Xenoblade and Basiria videos, you do not know how nervous I was, and hoping that people would like them, and I'm so glad it did turn out the way it did. Since I get this question a lot, I actually was playing the first one for a review, but I didn't finish it in time and kinda gave up. I mean, I really did want to talk about it at the time, since one character is literally named Ramona, but I don't know, this might be like the Yakuza series, where I can just never get into it for whatever reason. Funnily enough, I actually despise Vegemite. Yeah, I agree, it's horrible. I actually stopped saving them, which is what I used to do. When I finished a video, I would then go back into Vegas and render them separately to then chuck into future videos. But now I just pick ones for each game and that's it. I don't use them much again. But my favorites would have to be
100,000.
Jeez.
I see. Indeed.
No complaining.
No.
Oh yeah?
Wait, what?
Sorry, old man.
What inspired my art? That's a very interesting question. It's very tough to answer. Okay, but probably it was just so many different artists. Like I would see one artist, then check all their work, then try and emulate that style. Then I would get bored of it after a while, then move on. And I guess over time, that's how my style came through, which I guess is the normal way for most people to develop their styles. What franchise am I dying for a new game? Well, I actually have an anime channel, but as one guy, it's so hard to run multiple channels. So yeah, I don't know, it's on hiatus for now. Also, of course, I would love to talk about The Simpsons. I'm rewatching the series for the 50th time. But yeah, I don't know, I just need more time in a day. 24 hours is not enough. Also, let me actually know if you want non-gaming content, because I have so much stuff I would like to talk about. And it would be easier putting it on this channel instead of trying to run 2 channels side by side. Probably not in its current state, because that was my first review that did abysmally bad in views. The whole month I remember feeling terrible because they all did bad, which is kind of why I didn't really do much Square Enix games after that. But now that might be different, so would people want me to revisit Dragon Quest XI? Probably getting recommended by a friend to download a ROM of Ace Attorney on the DS, and the rest is history. Also, a little fun fact, that was the exact same friend who told me about Kingdom Hearts in high school that I mentioned in those videos, so they influenced me quite a bit. Favorite anime in order: Steins Gate, TTGL, Space Dandy. I have so many other 10 out of 10s, maybe I'll just chuck them on screen here. Ibuki, Tanko, Mew, Velvet, Margulu, Mikleo, Hilda, Azura, and Anna. Possibly Code Vein and Xenoblade X. I mean, I was so happy with how Ramona looked in them. Other games never even give you that high ponytail hairstyle. I really would love to talk about Awakening and Fates, but the 3DS capture card business is gone, and they're so expensive secondhand, so I don't know. Hurry up and port them to the Switch, Nintendo, please. I use Clip Studio, which is a cheaper version of Photoshop, and I love it so much. I would highly recommend it if you want to get into art. It is really worth the money. Honestly, seeing people play and love the games I recommend, like I would see comments saying, "Oh, I got the game due to your review and it's one of my favorites now." They make me so happy reading them. Or people laughing at the funny jokes or edits I do in videos. I don't know, I just love making people happy. Here you go. Will I ever do videos on Ace Attorney? Yet again. If you mean like Waifu Blade or Thief Sona, maybe 2 remakes that are out around this time, maybe. And with that, thank you so much for 100,000 subs. It's kind of weird because I don't think my brain has interpreted how much people are actually there that click subscribe, and I honestly don't know how much more we'll get, but as long as you continue to enjoy the videos, I will still make them for you. Also, by the way, if I did miss your question, I do respond to chat quite a bit over on Twitch, where I constantly stream multiple times a week, so you can maybe jump in and ask it over there. And that's the end of that. Oh, okay, fine. One last pressing question. What's the deal with your obsession for mac and cheese? Well, as you know, the texture of mac and cheese is sort of like pasta, but not really, because it has a cheesy goodness, and the reason I include it in videos is because I love it so much, I just want to eat nothing but it. Okay, no, you know what? I'm stopping it. It's all a lie. I can't take it anymore. This joke has gone on for far too long, so thank you everyone for all the subs, but I think I'm done with mac and cheese forever. I can't keep lying to myself. I will never eat or talk about it ever again.